Oh boy. Oh boy. Can't believe we're doing this. I recently got back from helping with the Queens Agricultural Fair at Queens County Farm. It was really fun and I enjoyed it. I definitely did some vlogging and stuff. You'll be able to see the Queens Agricultural Fair on YouTube on my second channel soon. So feel free to check that out. But this is not all there's left to do today. There's one thing left to do, and that is the final game of the regular season. It's the Mets. The Mets were like the best team in baseball in the beginning, but now they collapse so badly that it all comes down to the final game. The final wildcard spot is still open. It's between the Mets and the Cincinnati Reds. They both play their final game. They've tied. And the Reds beat the Mets in the tiebreaker. So it all comes down to this. The Mets have to win and the Reds have to lose. Any other result, the Mets complete the choke job and get eliminated, and the Reds are in. We had hope after the last game, but after seeing that the Reds beat the Brewers again, I was not happy. No, I know you say just one game and we'll be fine and stuff, but this is the Mets. This is the New York Mets. And knowing how this season is gone, I expect the worst out of this. Either the Mets are going to be the Mets and fail, or they're gonna do well, then they're gonna win and then still lose. The final game is on the line, and the best starter that we're gonna use to start the game is Sean Manaea. Really, Mets? Their season's on the line. You're on your final game of the season, and you're just gonna have Sean Manaea start the game, and not Nolan McClain. It's already bad. But even before knowing the pitching, knowing the season is gone, I have a bad feeling about this. I'm not even wearing my Mets gear because I'm expecting the worst at this point. I'm not even praying this time. So I really have a bad feeling about this. So let's just react to this and let's see what happens.
One day, 2 games, and they both have to go the Mets' way. In order to play again in 2025, the Mets need to win, and they need the Brewers to beat the Reds this afternoon. And the Mets put themselves in this predicament, but at least they come into the final day with some hope. Well, Edward Cabrera goes for Miami.
Yeah, but there's hope. But that's always been the case this season. We always get hope, and then we just blows away quickly. We score 20 plus runs in one game, and then do nothing the next game.
Cabrera faced the Mets in New York in August, and the Mets hit him pretty hard.
Yeah, he got knocked around. In fact, he ended up on the injured list after that. He's only pitched 4 innings in the last month.
And Lindor goes down swinging on the curveball from Cabrera for the first down.
He's got a great fastball. Who doesn't in today's game? But a good breaking ball. If he gets that over, he can throw a gem.
There's Juan Soto. Flying one out to left, and right there waiting for it is Sanoha for the second out. Pete, with this appearance, becomes the first Met ever to play all 162 in back-to-back years. Today is his 416th consecutive game, a franchise record. And of course, there's always the possibility it could be his last game. And the curveball got him looking. Side retired. Edward Cabrera with a 1-2-3 first with a couple of strikeouts. Mets get anybody else on base
finish after the first, really?
Vientos or Alvarez. They will be looking to steal. Cabrera, like Sandy Alcantara, has a very hard time holding runners close.
Oh my goodness!
Vientos taking off early, and he steals it standing up.
Wow.
Did he go on his windup?
Nice.
I think that McNeil was called out on strikes. I
So
think
we
he
have
was so
Vientos
shocked
mark
by
there.
Vientos.
He wasn't his windup.
He did. So 2 out and a runner in scoring position.
Swinging a ground ball to short. Waiting on it. Lopez, he's got it. Throws to first in time. Side retired. No runs, no hits. A walk, one left. Middle of the second. Mets nothing, Marlins nothing on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Mets did not have a lot of great choices as to whom to start today. They decided to go with Sean Manaea, who last year was their ace down the stretch.
Well, I think the decision they made to pitch Manaea today is a couple of reasons for that. One, the Marlins haven't seen a lot because they've got a lot of young players that have not seen Sean Manaea. That delivery should pose some problems. Tight zone so far for home plate.
But they've seen him in other teams.
Umpire David Rackley.
Looks like Sean's taking a lot off of that breaking ball, Ron, getting more break.
No score, 2 out. And again, Brazoban getting ready in the bullpen now. Manaea trying to get him back into the dugout.
Brazoban in bullpen
Third
already.
straight full count for Manaea, and he walks Hernandez. Now there are 2 men on. Mendoza coming out.
Oh yeah, he's getting
ready to make
pulled.
a move already. He has Brazoban ready in the bullpen.
Wow.
Oh boy. So Manaea's coming out after an inning and 2/3 after issuing a couple of walks.
Wow, Sean Manaea did so good in the first inning, and then after giving up walks and stuff and struggling, he gets pulled after just 2 innings, despite the fact that there's no score. I mean, if it was any other pitcher, you would see Mendoza as an idiot, but no. But since it's Sean Manaea that was starting, it's like it had to do it. It's like Manaea's struggling already. It's like you gotta get him out before he causes damage. Like it had, fortunately, like it's too early, but it had to be done. But then Brazoban, oh boy.
Brazoban will be next, and he hits one on the ground right to Lindor. So Brazoban comes in,
they
gets
recovered.
one big out, and keeps it scoreless as we go to the third. The second walk issued by Cabrera puts 2 men on for Soto.
Here's a chance for Juan Soto to do some damage.
Ground ball right at the shortstop. Lopez with the step and throw for the 6-6-3 double play that gets Cabrera through the inning.
Still no score, Mets and Marlins.
Stanek will be the 4th man pitcher of the day.
There's a lineup card. They're going to have a lot of highlighter on that score.
Really? After 2 innings, you're gonna put in Ryan Stanek? Ryan Stanek, really? Like, you could have put in Peterson. Why are you putting Stanek now? It's too early for him. He's not a middle pitching guy. It's like it's supposed to be later. Oh my God.
Card at the end of the day.
Eric Wagaman will stay in to face the right-hander. Norby at first has already stolen a base today. He's got a very short lead. McGill pitched a 1-2-3 top of the 4th. Still Reds 2, Brewers 1 as they go to the bottom of the 4th. And 2-3 top of the 4th. Still Reds 2, Brewers 1 as they...
Oh my God, now the Reds are in the lead. Seriously, why must the Brewers do this? Like, the Brewers are trying to lose on purpose. Like the best team in baseball. Yet they're struggling against the Reds. It's like the Brewers are losing on purpose to make sure that we don't make it.
To go to the bottom of the fourth in Milwaukee.
And he drives one toward the gap in left center field. That's going to split him and go to the wall. Norby on his way to third. He's being waved around all the way. Lindor makes the relay throw to the plate. Not in time, and the Marlins have the lead. Eric Wagaman, who was in the game because of his prowess against lefties, left in to face the right-hander, and he comes through with an RBI double to plate the first run of the game.
And this is the last batter that Stanek has to face before the Mets can go to the bullpen. And as Howie said, Tyler Rogers is warming up.
This one's hit deep to center field by Navarreto. Back goes Taylor near the wall, and it's off the fence, bouncing away from him. Wagaman scores. Navarreto stops at second with an RBI double. Brian Navarreto starting just his 5th major league game. It's a long double to drive and a run, and it's 2-0 Miami.
Seriously, seriously. This is the final game. It's a must-win game. Why are you bringing Stanek in the middle? It's bad enough you start with Manaea, but to put in Stanek, like Stanek is the last pitcher you need here.
That's 2 bad sliders now by Stanek in this inning. And it doesn't matter what your plans are for your pitchers if you can't get out of this inning.
So the Mets get a little help elsewhere, but right now we're down 2-0.
At least we got Tyler Rogers. You should have used him instead of Stanek.
Mets need to get out of this inning. Rogers inherits a runner at second and 2 outs.
And Sanoha pulls one over the bag and down the line, and that'll bring in another run. Navarreto scores. Sanoha around second. He's on his way to third. He's got himself an RBI triple, and it's 3-0 Miami.
The 8 and 9 men have gone RBI double, RBI triple.
This is just a nightmare matchup for Tyler Rogers against a pesky offense who puts the ball in play.
It's looped into center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Sanoha's in with the 4th run of the inning.
They are a team that just puts the ball in play.
In this entire series, they've only scored in 2 innings, but they've scored 10 runs.
Unbelievable. It's gonna be another one of those games of it. It's like, it's only, we're up to the 5th inning, and I already know that this game is over. I could already tell that the season is over. Like, now the Mets are gonna do what they always do best. They get their butts destroyed, and once they're down, they're out. When they're supposed to show up, they're not.
It's a 4-pitch free pass. 3rd walk of the inning from Cabrera.
I'm shocked that Clayton McCullough's still in the dugout. Shocked. I mean, Pete is struck out and grounded out, but the way Cabrera has looked, he's got his hands on his hips. He keeps grabbing for the rosin bag because his hands are too sweaty, but they're going to stick with him.
Wow. Well, here is the engraved invitation. Pete Alonso at the plate. Tying man. Bases loaded. 2 out in the 5th.
And Alonso lines one to left field. Over comes Sanoha.
Of course they're gonna catch that. Why wouldn't they do it? Seriously, the best chance to tie it. Yet every other time, when it matters most, they blow it. This could have been the best chance.
That ball almost sailed over Sanoa's glove. Sanoa with a little stutter step after making the catch frustrates Alonso and the Mets, who leave the bases loaded. No runs, no hits, 3 walks, 3 left.
How many games in his life?
What? Oh, they're putting Diaz in the middle? Really? Not later?
Do you think that Edwin Diaz has been the pitcher on his team to get the most outs?
Yeah, so I went over to Edwin after the game yesterday and I said, hey, does this outing today take you out of 6 outs for tomorrow? And he smiled and looked at me kind of like are you kidding me? Are you crazy?
Diaz goes 6 up and 6 down in the 5th and 6th innings. Still 4-0. Now the Mets have 2 men on.
This is how you come back in games like this. Pitcher doesn't challenge anyone.
It's 0 for 6.
I'm an 8th inning. 8th inning. They said 2 guys on. The logical sense would be to get a home run and get a 1-run game. But again, this is the Mets. They're just gonna do nothing and leave runners stranded.
With runners in scoring position today, huge issue for them first half of the year. Now in the biggest game of the year, hoping for some big late hits.
And he went around on the half swing, strike 3.
And you wonder about Alvarez's mindset on close pitches here. He's been caught looking his last 2 times up on pitches he thought were out of the strike zone.
Struck him.
I give up on this team. Just, seriously, a must-win game. And this is how the Mets are gonna choose to end the season. This.
Got him with a cutter. Side retired. Alvarez breaks his bat in frustration. Frustration overload for the Mets. They've been blank for 8 innings.
Well, we go to the top of the 9th inning. The Mets know that the Cincinnati Reds have lost. The invitation.
Are you kidding me? The Reds lost. The Reds lost. Of course, when we're losing a game, the Reds lost. Unbelievable. Now you know that if the Mets have won this game, they would be in. Seriously, Brewers, where were you when we needed you the most? Like, we wanted you to beat the Reds when we had the chance, and now you decide to beat them when it no longer matters anymore. But of course, it's not going to motivate this team. Even when they realize that they could potentially win, they're just not going to do it. Because this is the Mets. There is no fight. There's no heart. Nobody cares. It's going to end with a shutout. Because that's how it works. That's how it always works.
Was engraved earlier. The Mets have not had an answer. Better late than never.
Okay.
No, it's not. There's better late than never, and then there's too late. The Mets are already too late. This could have been avoided weeks ago. But the Mets continue to lose games multiple ways when it truly matters. It's like so many chances where if we had one more win or something, we could be in it.
Hey, it's top of the order.
One on, and now Lindor, who's been on base 3 times today, a double and 2 walks.
And he pulls one on the ground, a chance for 2. To second one, back to first. And Mets agonizing 3.5-month slow motion collapse is complete. It is unfathomable that this collection of talent winds up outside of an expanded playoff system after having the best record in baseball for the first 2.5 months of the season. Everything goes wrong over the last 3.5 months, and the Mets find themselves on the outside looking in.
I think a lot of the players felt as though this day would never come. that they'd be able to turn it on at some point and not have to endure this, but they weren't able to do that.
Well, you got a Marlins team 2007, 2008. We don't have to remind Met fans that have done this. They took 2 out of 3 here. The Mets took the series. They're in. They didn't do it.
The Mets have done it. The Mets have done the most Met thing ever. It's like they've completed the ultimate choke job. It's like from the best team in baseball to not making the playoffs. And decided by the Marlins. The Marlins. Way to go, Mets. Way to go. Thank God for my summer vacations and work and stuff. Otherwise, my whole summer would be wasted. First the Rangers, now the Mets. It's like, do you honestly know how hard it is to be a New York sports fan? Like, God dang it, Mets. It's like, we ask you to do one thing, and you can't even do your job. It was chucked in front of you. You can't even do the simplest of tasks if the fate of the world depends on it. It's like the Reds lost. If you had won this game, you'd be in the playoffs. But we're not in the playoffs. And the Mets have no one else to blame but themselves. It's like the Mets were the biggest enemies of themselves. And now the Reds are making that final spot. Because of course. Like I knew this was gonna happen, and I'm still upset. There's gonna be a video on this soon. There's gonna be a video on the Mets season.
The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day